One thing I've always found entertaining about Velvet's outfit design in the official flavor text is that it claims that she selected this outfit for ease of movement. Yeah, right. Surely there's something easier to move in than this bullshit. This is Prince of Somnia, and welcome back to more Let's Play Tales of Berseria. Last time, we began our...
Lind, it bites! How can you stand wearing that garb? It doesn't seem humanly possible!
I never said I was human.
We started our roaring rampage of revenge by breaking out of prison, probably burning someone's eye out, and making our way crash landing over... Oh geez, here! And in this episode, we're fighting stag beetles, I guess. They're weak to non-elemental attacks, which, again, how can you be weak to something that isn't an element, but that's neither here nor there. Let's see, I believe they'll give us armored for our break soul. Yeah, armored Therianized, which gives us 0 impact vest, which is a pretty neat ability that kind of moves you along the screen a little bit.
Come on, really?
Now, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but one of the really nice advantages of being Therianized is that it does allow you to damage boost a lot of things. So, what that means is that while Therianized, you kind of just have super armor against abilities where normally getting hit would cause you to flinch, but being Therianized allows you to no-sell a lot of the damage you take, which allows you to annihilate your way through everything. On the flip side, though, staying Therianized for long starts to drain your HP, which is kind of the game's way of preventing you from just sitting in Therianized mode for forever. And eventually, when you reach 1 HP, since being Therianized can't kill you, you just instantly activate your boost art instead. So that's at least nice of the game to do, but yeah, keep that in mind that you can't just stay in here for long, as you can see there.
Come on, really?
You do regain HP for activating, for Therianizing, and you do regain HP for killing enemies with the little ability we have on store for us, thanks to our title. But again, keep in mind that if you stay in Therianized mode for too long, you might find yourself starting to get destroyed. Yeah, you can see there we got hit and our combo kind of got broken up there, but now that we're Therianized, even if we get hit, we should be fine in terms of our combo.
Come on, really?
I mentioned before how Velvet's Break Soul is unique to her, and because of the fact that Therianization is so unique to Velvet, it does make her one of the best DPS characters in this game, just because she can string together combos really easily with almost no thought or input or real, like, creative input from the player. As a matter of fact, a lot of the fan base credit Velvet to being the sole reason why Berseria is one of the easiest Tales games, and they tend to ban her because of that. I will be doing no such thing, and instead will probably be playing her more than I play any other character in this Let's Play, just because when I Let's Play a game where you can only control one character in the party, I tend to prioritize controlling the main character over controlling the other characters. I'll give them a try, and I'll show off what they can accomplish in battle, but I will focus more on playing Velvet, especially since she's the easiest character to play, and I know her the best. Anyway, I'm just doing a few battles here and there, mostly so that I can fill in time while I'm discussing certain aspects of things like gameplay or the Let's Play or things like that. Really, that's what these enemies are here for anyway, is to kind of let you get your feet wet with how combat works in this game. I mean, granted, at this point, I really am kind of mashing my way through everything. But at some level, all the Tales games do that. One of the things I really appreciate, though, about Berseria
Come on, really?
is that the controls are really tight and intuitive.
Nice to be free again, able to move these bones around like I want.
Rokuro. What got you all chained up in that mold hole?
Ties to home. It's complicated.
Oh! Then are you really sure you ought to be taking on further debts?
It's a teaching of House Rangetsu. Pay what you owe.
Well, what a civilized family you've got.
Were you in for long?
3 years, maybe. That's why I know so little about the state of the world.
Oh gosh, me too! Art-wielding Malakim! I've never seen such a thing! How much else have I missed? Used to be witches who had a monopoly on charms and hexes. Can you even comprehend what this'll do to business?
Should I even ask why you were imprisoned?
Bagged for unlicensed witchcraft. It was a tale of betrayal most wicked and foul! Care to hear more? You'll cry, I'll laugh, emotions will touch the rafters!
No, thank you.
Impressive. Most impressive. Yeah. Anywho, let's head on over this way next. Anyway, to explain what that slightly annoying cutscene was going for, collecting those cat spirits around here and there lets us open those cat's chests that we could find lying around every now and again, here or there. And by doing so, we can receive certain items from the cats. Most of them are not really worthwhile, but some of them can be useful.
Exorcists.
Well, that's just inconsiderate. Word of the prison break couldn't have traveled so quickly.
I somehow doubt they'll just let us in looking the way we do.
I apologize about earlier. I didn't mean to steal this.
The compass.
You okay with this? He could be working for the exorcists.
I'm following him,
Is he your dessert?
if necessary.
Anyway, so yeah, we're not getting into the town through the normal entrance, so we gotta do a little sneaky around here. Don't worry about the path being narrow. You literally cannot fall off of ledges on this path unless you're intended to be able to, so it's not critical to be, worried about it or anything. Oh, by the way, I'm not going for cats percent, so don't worry. There's too many cats chests and too many cats spirits for me to waste obscene amounts of time chasing them when I could be more focused on doing things that actually matter, like playing the game.
A storehouse?
That smell. Flamestone.
Flamestone?
Also known as Melkionite, a rare mineral only found in Northgand. Mix it with sulfur and you get explosives! Mix it with oil and you get fuel!
Sounds dangerous, if it's true.
Believe me or not, it's your call.
Looks like the boy got away.
Well, we're in the city now.
Well, then let's scout for the Maritime Guild. Whoever's in charge of all these storehouses must have their hands in the shipping trade and shipbuilding.
And we could use a true sailor, if we can find one.
Now that's a plan I endorse! We dodged the sea's murderous grasp this time, but who's to say our luck will hold?
We should look for some weapons, too, if I'm to be any use in a fight.
You're still wearing one.
Nope, not an option.
Anyway, this is Heloise. I will go back and forth on my pronunciation of Heloise as we go along. And there's a life bottle, which we actually can't make use of right now because Velvet's fighting alone, but if we had party members, if one of them goes down in a fight, then we can use the life bottle to revive them. If you go down in the middle of a fight, the collected souls you've gathered over the course of the fight above your normal starting amount spill out of your body and scatter around the battlefield. So that's a little rough, but otherwise not too nasty.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be an exorcist.
Me too! I want to protect my mommy and daddy!
Hold up. Exorcists are warriors who protect the whole world from demons. You can't just protect your parents. You've got to protect everyone.
Oh, that sounds really hard.
It is. And it's precisely because the exorcists are working so hard that we look up to them.
Yeah! Exorcists are the best!
They're treated like heroes. I suppose to normal people, they are.
When I grow up, I want to be a blitzball! I couldn't resist. Anyway, this is the main town. There's actually quite a surprising amount of treasure we can collect around here too, from what I recall. I don't exactly have a treasure list or a treasure map on me. I'm kind of just playing it where it lies, finding what I can find just by exploring, that sort of a thing. I'm, again, not too concerned with collecting every single piece of treasure out there because at the end of the day, a lot of them aren't necessarily worth your while. Some of them really are, but there's nothing so critical that I can't beat the game without it or anything like that or anything. I mean, I guess there's not really a whole lot of things like that in most video games, but I don't know. Berseria is easy enough to where I'm not concerned about missing a treasure potentially screwing me over. It's not like missing a single weapon in a single dungeon could cause me to get absolutely curb stomped to the ground by a certain boss or anything like that. No, that's my other LP. But anyway, if we actually make it all the way over here, we could jump down if we want to, but that actually just leads to the entrance of town where we came in and nothing else. Over here, we can get a blood blade for Velvet out of that gold chest. But the blood blade is slightly different than the one we have because it has a random skill attached to it. In this case, max HP plus 30%. Basically, it just means that they're slightly stronger than the normal version of the blood blade. Let's see, the battle garment's the same. Let's see, now that we've actually finished off the resistance ring that we had before, I'm going to equip the void ring that we had before so I can get non-elemental damage reduction learned as a skill. So we can keep working on that for Velvet and continue on with our exploration. This pathway I'm seeing up here, this is actually something I never knew about the first time I played the game. I only discovered that this existed and then I could climb up and get these treasures when I was doing my first recording run of the Let's Play for Tales of Berseria. I mentioned this before in the first episode, but I did actually record about a quarter, actually, of this game before I had to stop because I wasn't in a position to record or edit footage anymore, which, to I guess explain a little bit, I was at that point in my life going through a particularly rough patch in university, and I kind of felt myself not being able to keep up with university on its own, much less being able to keep up with the channel, and I wasn't enjoying doing the Let's Plays or anything like that, and I just kind of had to let both this and Chrono Trigger drop, which was unfortunate, but oh well. But now my college days are behind me, and I'm much more available to do this bullcrap, and now it's time for more JRPG nonsense.
There's a group of sailors. Is that the guild?
Oh, hey, that weapon shop looks promising. Good luck with the shipwright search.
Boys. Poor creatures just can't be separated from their favorite toys, can they?
It's true.
Oh, there he goes. I forgot that you could kind of see him running off in the distance. I do have distant animations turned off, so it looks even sillier because they cut the frames he had in half. Let's see. square glasses. To explain, actually, I did show off the fashion menu at the beginning of this episode, but didn't really talk about it. You can attach accessories to your characters in the fashion menu just to alter their costume a little bit, and you can even change their outfits and hairstyles in this menu too. So we can go back to villager style Velvet's hair if we wanted to, where it was significantly less everywhere. A hat style is basically just to make the hair look a little bit better while wearing a hat, that sort of thing. We can even go back to our villager clothes from way back when, or the tattered prisoner clothes that we had on for a little while, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with every character's default outfit for basically the entire game, since most of the time that's what they tend to look best in, and I don't want to wear silly accessories and have them affect cutscenes, because at least in a Let's Play on the YouTube channel, I prefer to take a game a little bit more seriously. If this was a Twitch stream, all bets would be off, but a Let's Play, nah.
Is this a shipping guild?
Damn that Dial! What does he think he's doing by trying to resist?
We wouldn't be in this mess if he were dead.
Excuse me. I need a ship repaired.
Sorry, but we can't help.
What makes you say that?
Guild business is currently suspended. By the order of Exorcist Teresa of the Abbey.
Lady Teresa.
Number 2, did I give you permission to speak?
Lady Teresa, how long must this punishment of ours last? You know it was all Dial's fault, don't you, my lady?
I know Dial was the one smuggling Flamestone, but your guild, through its negligence, shares responsibility. This rule was set down by the Abbey to maintain order. Do you disagree with it?
No, my lady.
We will capture, interrogate, and sentence Dial. When this has been accomplished, you will be free to continue business. And you, girl, aren't you cold dressed like that?
I've just arrived from the south. I wasn't aware Northgand was so cold.
Hatch! A young woman ought to keep herself warm.
Thank you for your concern.
My. So this is how the Abbey flexes its muscle, Cruel, cruel world these days.
I see how things stand. If I catch this Dial person, you can repair my ship, right?
Sure, but I warn you, he's a demon. He escaped after killing a bunch of soldiers who tried to capture him. Can't be done without an exorcist.
He's from a small village outside the city. If you're doing this, I'd imagine that's a good place to start searching. He's a brute with the head of a lizard. I'd prepare for bloodshed.
Hey!
Anything could happen. It's best to keep our options open.
While you wait, find us a good navigator.
I wonder what darling Rokuro's got up to in the meantime.
Let's check in on him at the weapon shop.
Found a real good one. The blade was badly rusted, but once I polished it up, it turned out to have a fine edge.
I can scarcely believe something of that quality was languishing in my bargain bin. You've taught me quite a lesson. The weapon is yours as payment.
My thanks.
So you'll help us out?
Of course. How did your errand fare? I see. So we're hunting a reptilian demon called Dial, are we?
We'll check out his hometown first.
Have fun, you kids!
You aren't coming along?
I'm afraid I've got bigger fish to fry at the moment. That little matter of tracking down my betrayer. Besides, if I stick around, I'm not so sure I wouldn't wind up as someone's midnight snack.
My pellet has standards. High standards.
All the more reason to skedaddle!
Alright, we got a lot of information bubbles, I guess, to deal with now. But we also have Rokuro in the party. We can show him off here. Rokuro is basically a fast physical attacker mixed with dodge tanking a little bit. It's a little weird, and I'll show off what I mean by that a little bit later, but for now, yeah, there we go. We can also,
Let me take point.
yeah, do that. If we change formation to put him at the front, it lets me control him as player 1, and then we can also put a flag up to make it so that he's the one in the lead instead of Velvet, if I so chose. I'm actually just going to leave Velvet as the leader for now, though.
Not waiting.
Just because it's a little bit more fitting to have Velvet be in the lead, since she is the protagonist in this case. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm going to do, and that's mostly because I intend on.
Look, a yak.
I intend on showing off what Rokuro can do, so I want to take control of him real
quick.
quick.
Quality materials for a helmet's plume.
Wow, really? Also, I don't care.
At my house, we had this helmet. It was an incredible piece, covered with yak tail hair. The talk of the town. House Rangetsu has 2 treasures going for it, people would say. The Helm of Yak and Stormhowl.
They must not have thought very highly of the rest of you.
Why do you say that? Although, I guess I can think of a reason or two. Oh well, it's nothing a demon like me has to worry about.
Flavor text, I guess, if nothing else. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to talk about next, is, and I'm going to kind of talk over some of the dialogue here, but that's...
He turned into a demon.
I'm sorry, but I gotta talk. Something I wanted to talk about is that this game is actually in some way multiplayer. You can connect 2 controllers to the game and have someone else take care of controlling one of your other party members. Unfortunately, the camera does follow around player 1 a little bit, so it can be a little hard to manage the second player, but you can have someone around help you out. I'm playing single player because I prefer flying solo, but
Things like that aren't human anymore.
if you want a friend to help you out, then you can. Most of the Tales games are actually multiplayer to an extent in this fashion, so it's kind of fun in a way to have that be the case.
Let me get this straight, Alpha Area. You want to form an alliance with my Gamma Area to bring down the Betas?
Correct. It's the classic strategy. Ally with a distant state and strike a neighboring one.
What is this, a council of war?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Is that it? Indeed. If your Alpha forces and my Gamma forces work together, Beta Area is done for. I like it. You've got yourself an alliance, Alpha Area.
Excellent. We shall be victorious in this year's Helavi's Grand Snowball Fight. Let us toast to our victory!
This isn't a snowball fight, it's a snowball war.
Fools! I was the one who engineered their alliance. Once they eliminate Beta Area, the Alpha and Gamma forces will launch a full-scale assault to destroy the other. Exhausted, the victor won't be prepared when my Delta army sweeps down upon them. They have sealed their own doom.
These kids really fight dirty.
All's fair in snow and war.
Ooh, brr. This cold is beyond ordinary. Well, Halavis is a northern country, but still, it wasn't this cold when I was a kid. The cold, snow, and ice were never this bad. I know it for a fact. It's that... what do they call it again?
Global cooling?
Yeah, that's the one. The Abbey says the world's getting colder. Thanks to all this cold, I need more warm clothing. Worse, I have to shovel snow and chop firewood all day. Ugh. Who's responsible for this global cooling? Let me at 'em.
Well, don't look at me. It's not my fault.
Well, no idea what that's going to entail for the rest of the world, but surely it won't be too bad, right? In the next episode of Let's Play Tales of Berseria, I'm going to continue on with our exploration of the Heloise area and try and find where Dial went off to. See you guys then.